How to sell. The reason that most people fail is because they are not focused on sales at all. And I mean less than 10% of their time is spent on sales. It should be the other way around, and 90% of the time should be spent on selling your product. Now listen, there's just no other way around this. Either you or a partner better be focused on sales, or it's just not going to happen for you. I've seen plenty of newbies run special offers or figure out a way to earn money from forums, and it was because they created an offer and then focused on sales. Now, those guys spend 90% of their time crafting the copywriting for these special offers, recruiting affiliates to promote their forum launches, and crafting their emails to promote the forum launch. 90% of their time is put into the contest for the Warrior special offer, the sales page, the recruiting of affiliates, the sales funnel, the back-end offer, and so on. 10% of their time is spent on the product, or customer service, or whatever else. You see, they're focused on sales, and that is their primary aim. They do a launch and make thousands of dollars, and then do the next launch, and then the next launch, and then at the end of 12 months, some of them average about a launch a month. Listen, there's no way that these guys are that smart and that good that they have 12 different latest and greatest products since sliced bread. Even though every one of these offers seems like a need or a must-have, they're all based on perception and value. This is why you see people go from newbies to six-figure earners virtually overnight. They focused on sales, sales, sales. Even outside this group, every other six-figure marketer alive did the same thing. Every six-figure marketer focused on sales to get there. They pound out offer after offer because they're focused on sales. The reason they do offer after offer is because the market wants the new thing, the latest thing, and so they go meet that need, or rather want. Here's the secret. When I first started online, I actually sold stuff before I ever even had a product to give them. Yep, I created a sales page and put a PayPal buy button on the sales page and drove traffic to it before I even had an ebook or a product or anything. People would buy and I'd have a page saying, "Coming soon." I'd sell the thing first before I would create it. I wanted to see if it would sell first. Why should I create a product if the thing is not going to sell well? I'm not telling you to do this. I did not know any better at the time, and sure, I gave people lots of refunds because there was no product, but I also came up with yet another quick way to satisfy them. I'd go to article directories and copy and paste articles, including the resource box, into a document. I save it as a PDF, and then give it to them after they made the purchase. Problem solved. I could sell them first and make it better later. I was focused on sales. And by the way, I had many people thank me for those article products. They'd thank me for the resources and the links. Some even said that they found much more value in my product than many books that they purchased on the subject at bookstores. The reason is people like to buy. They want to spend their money on what they want. I merely sell them what they want. They love buying the emotion. It feels good to buy. This is why my wife buys tons of shoes and handbags. She said it feels good to buy that stuff. Focus on sales until you are well over $250,000 a year. Copywriting and conversions. You should be focused on your conversions. Until you are over $250,000 a year, this counts as focused on sales. You should tweak, test, and track your conversions, constantly focusing on increasing those conversions. Test, tweak, and track your headlines and your copy. Keep crafting new ones and try to beat the old ones. There's just not enough time to be focused on all the other stuff because it takes too much time and energy to focus on sales. Most people in this market create one headline in like 5 minutes and then they call it a year. They never tweak it, they never go back to it, they never track it, and they never test it. They just toss it up there and hope for the best. I'm done. That's not focused on sales. That's tossing something up there, and good luck with that. You need to constantly focus on increasing your conversions. Do you have testimonials? If not, get some. That's focused on sales. You are attempting to increase your conversions. Get your tracking software installed and track your stuff. Split test your offers to find the ones that convert best. You can have a headline A and a headline B. Split test the traffic 50-50, where 50% of the traffic goes to headline A and the other 50% of the traffic goes to headline B. Which one converts best, A or B? If A converts better than B, then create headline C and test headline C against headline A to see if headline C can beat headline A. Simple, right? It's called beating the control. You want to use tracking software. There's a lot of tracking software out there, like HyperTracker, Visual Optimizer, Google Analytics, all kinds of software. Just pick one and roll with it. And none of them are perfect, so don't worry about it, okay? This is focusing on sales. Take your copy and get opinions. Get other people's opinions on your copy. Hire copywriters. This is what you need to do to focus on sales. Constantly keep focusing on your copy. Branding. We've talked about this a little bit already, but the more likable you are, the more you're going to sell. When you focus on branding yourself or your company to the market, you are focused on sales. This is why marketers do interviews, why they speak at seminars, and why they integrate their products with others, providing bonuses to others, doing teleseminars, webinars, writing best-selling books, coming out on TV, getting published in magazines, doing radio interviews, running commercials, shooting videos, giving away free content, etc. You can brand yourself to your list, to the market, and to your peers. This is focused on sales. Traffic. This is certainly focused on sales when you focus on traffic. Most people dabble with traffic, and that's not going to work. I mean, come on. This is a business that requires you to get in the guts of what you're doing here. Most people are not good at traffic because they're never focused on it at all. Again, they are focused on everything else but sales. How can they get good at traffic if they never even focus on it at all? Throwing an ad campaign on MSN Ad Center and spending $20 is dabbling, and that's why it doesn't work. If it were that easy, everyone and their grandmother would be internet marketers and successful. There's a barrier or entry, and that barrier is steep enough that it prevents most people from succeeding, and that's good news for you. If you do not dabble and get into the guts of what you're doing, focus 90% on sales, how could you fail? Generating traffic is no different. And if you focus 90% of your time, energy, resources, blood, sweat, and tears into sales, you're going to drive plenty of traffic. There's paid traffic and then there's free traffic. Most free traffic methods are for the herd. These free methods are for people who want the easy route. They are that magic button, and those products teaching free traffic are tapping into the wants of the market. Of course, the market does not want to pay for traffic. Obviously, the market wants to get the traffic for free. Heck, the market even wants all the secret information for free too, but they're missing the boat. All of the free information in the world will never make someone rich. You have to put some skin in the game, or you're never going to succeed. There is no free lunch. That car my aunt bought me when I was only 16 years old lasted about 4 months. I blew out the engine and never respected that car. However, my first truck I bought on my own was as clean and as well taken care of as any vehicle in the world. Focusing on traffic is also focusing on sales. We'll talk more about traffic later on, but for now, understand how important it is to focus on this. Also, if your stuff does not convert well, then traffic is a complete waste of time, money, and energy. Traffic and conversions go hand in hand. Both must be focused on. If you can convert, then traffic is easier. However, generating traffic is hard enough that it must be focused on constantly. How can anyone succeed at this business by only focusing 10%, if that, on traffic? See, this is why most people fail. Until you are over $250,000 a year, then 90% of your time should be put into sales, period. But we'll talk more about traffic later. Upsells and downsells and back-end offers. We're going to talk about this again later, but this is paramount to earning $250,000 a year online. Remember, people buy what they want, not what they need. And these upsells are providing people what they want. Listen, they just want to buy more stuff. They want to buy. It's your duty as a salesperson to add on sales. If I were to sell you a pair of shoes, you better believe I'm going to try to recommend you buy some socks to go with those new shoes. If you are standing at the checkout register buying those shoes and you have your credit card out and hand it to me, I'm going to recommend that you add some socks to your order. It's as simple as that. The chances of you saying yes are actually sky high. In fact, it is likely I already sold you the socks when you said you wanted to buy the shoes back at the shoe bench. Therefore, at the register, I'm going to offer shoe cleaner or a hat to match your shoes, or a belt, or a hamburger or something. Okay? I'm a salesman, and I sell. It's my duty. It's your duty. People buy based on wants, not needs. This is why people will buy an iPad and be grinning ear to ear on the way home, but yet complain and pitch a fit when they're paying their electric bill. Value is perception.